start recording.
Mm-hmm. That's the most important part.
I need more. I need another screen so I can just actually do non-D&D
Actually,
stuff while recording.
make a short recording of us talking
I
and then
did
double
already.
check it. Okay, good.
It seems
Perfect.
to be working.
Okay, that's good. Not that we have the same problem like last time, where
No,
it's just like you
that's
just
because
hear
I
yourself.
reset all sound devices in the middle of it, and I didn't think that
Oh.
it might put
Oh,
things out.
okay. I see. Yeah, alright.
Yeah, but I'm ready.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been ready for a week, my dude.
Now let's get this on the road here. Hold on. There we go. Go! Come inside already! Gather close, for I have a story to tell. Can you guess which one? Oh, I'll just tell you. It's another story of blood and ice. While in other places, the earth is hit by lightning and thunder, the place we actually visit today is not. For here things have begun to change, to the better, at first. However, upon the horizon an even greater darkness looms. Yet, that still seems quite a bit in the future, so let's really get to the things that we have to deal with now. For now, we focus on the birth of another dryad. Protectors of the forest, of beast and leaf, and to some degree guardians of the balance. They're not the forest monsters you believe, nor are they dangerous to you if you mean no harm to them. Apollonia and Sidelion, the most influential dryads, are having their child. Not one that will come to be known as Hippa. This little one is born into a time of returning peace and tranquility. Yet one that she too must eventually leave to preserve the balance and thus save beast and leaf. And this is where we begin.
I'm so happy.
You awaken in your home. Where do you want me to post the pictures, by the way? Just art and media, or do you want me to put them
Post it
lore?
in lore, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, okay. You awaken your little home deep within the forest. You open your eyes, and the first thing that you see is the little entryway to your little enclave in the back of it, or however you want to call it, really.
Yeah.
It's early in the morning. The sun has risen, however. You can already see that outside. And it's probably time to get up. What do you want to do?
What age are we at?
Oh, you're still a small kid. Probably like human years. You're probably about like 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, probably around 7, 8. Yeah.
I see. Getting up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wanna.
No, you don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. You kind of just turn to your other side again.
Yeah,
and just good old snooze, kind of like cuddle with yourself there for a moment. Doesn't take long, however, until you of course hear your mother arrive with some hoof steps. I'm also gonna post her picture in lore again, and she comes in and peeks around the corner, looks at you. You kind of feel the stare on your back.
I feel it, and before she says anything, like, do I have to? I don't. Just kind of shakes her head.
Yes.
Like,
you have to, dear.
Why? It's.
Today we have a few things to do, and a special guest will arrive later.
Upon hearing that, she immediately perks up and is interested. A guest?
A guest? Someone you haven't met before?
Why haven't you mentioned this before? What? Who is it?
And with that, she turns around and you just see her shrug as she walks out.
Aww. Come on, tell me. I of course follow. But tell me, come on.
Alright. You follow outside. It's
Please.
bright forest around you. You can see several other dryads actually go about their business. Some are currently magically weaving out of wicker baskets or things that you can use like a belt which you can attach things to. There's all other sorts of small huts just like yours. And as you look around and you ask your mom again, you actually see one of your friends already, who's currently snoozing just outside their hut.
I love this so much.
You know this person to be a young satyr about your age, named
a satyr.
Drow.
Oh. I'm so happy.
And you see him, his legs, or his hooves, how you want to call it, his goat legs are kind of like crossed. And he's just kind of like snoozing backwards and leaning against the side of the hut. But you still ask your mom the question as you see that.
I just imagine like she's like over like looking at someone weaving a basket, like having seen it so many times, but still like eternally curious about it and like how it's done. And then back to Apollomeia, just who is it? Who is it? Like just like you know how you back being serious and a butterfly flies past and like you're immediately distracted.
Yeah.
You know that. Yeah.
And your mom just turns towards you and actually lowers herself and like lowers her front
like conspiratorially,
towards you.
like whispers, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really whispers, just leans down to get to your level and talk to you. Hippa, you must learn patience. And you must learn focus.
Yeah, she just stands there and just says nothing, kind of like twiddles her thumbs a bit and just looks up.
And with that,
I mean, she obviously like really like she's kind of like almost jumping up and down, just waiting for it, just trying to pretend to be patient, but just obviously not knowing what that means at all.
Yeah, and you just hear Apollonia go play with Drow.
Oh, yes. Hello!
And you just suddenly hear him just like,
Hippa! Is that you?
Yes! I mean, have you forgotten?
Jumps up.
I mean, it's been since yesterday I saw you last. Have you already forgotten me?
No, but it's pretty early still.
Yes, I see what you mean. It is pretty early.
He's totally energized, and he's like,
Let's go fight Jifpim, alright?
Yes! Lead the way!
Alright, and you see Drow is immediately leading the way, and his goat legs, he's actually quite fast too. He's not as tall as you. You're probably about, let's say, this much taller, like a head and shoulder size taller because of your legs and your torso. And he's quite fast though. You can keep up, however, easily.
Do I know where we're going specifically?
Yeah, you know you're going straight to Jifpim's house, which is not too far across from where you are.
Race you there! And she kind of like tries
That's
to like.
And you make a race. Roll me acrobatics.
I mean, just
I guess.
I don't know. You
Just
tell
so
me. Like
roll acrobatics with Dex, because you kind of on the way there. You're obviously going through the village, so you have to evade all the other centaurs and satyrs and whatever else comes into your way.
I just roll
so
like just click on acrobatics, like roll with my +3.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not proficient. 14. I'm not proficient in it anyways.
Yeah, no, that's good enough. You make your way across. You know exactly where you're going. You see Drow is kind of falling behind to be expected. He can't keep up with you, and you make your way through. Suddenly, you see your father come out from one of the wicker huts to the right, and you dash immediately left and just go like, "Hi, Dad!" Zoom,
Yeah,
and you just
don't have time. Bye.
Yeah, bye. And he just looks after you, just like he's actually a little bit confused by that too. You can see that. Zoom pass, and you see Drow passing. Civilian, bye. And you easily beat Drow there.
Again.
And yes,
probably.
And as usual, you're usually the faster of the three of you.
Wait, what was his name?
Hold on, I'm gonna. This is Drow.
Oh.
Not like the dog of Drow.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
And as you arrive on the hut, you actually see your other friend, Jifpim.
That's such a good name. I love it.
Who just comes out of the hut with a wicker basket in his hands.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry for what's about to happen.
I was about to say, you're going so fast, make me another acrobatics check.
Oh, I hope I want to fail this. Oh!
Is it?
It's a 1! I wanted to fail it and I got my wish. Holy
And then you're fully in this competitive race mode where you're just like full horsepower, like you're giving everything your lower half can give. And you're so fast, you're like, Jifpim! And he already sees you with this newly crafted wicker basket in his arms, and he's just like eyes going wide.
I'm sorry!
Yeah.
Just
and you barge straight through the doorway of this wicker hut into him, and you go tumbling. Doom, 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 doom. Several spins. Jifpim is on top of you, and you're on top of him.
Oh, Dad, that's so good.
You actually end up on the ground picking up massive dust clouds everywhere, and you hear little shatterings. You know, like you twist them, like if you break, snap.
Oh yeah.
And as the dust lifts, you see Rao is just standing at the doorway with his arms crossed, huge grin on his face as he's just staring down at you two. And you can also see that the wicker basket is absolutely flattened.
Oh, I just need a moment. Holy fuck! That's just too perfect. Oh.
Perfect. Oh my god.
Oh, let me just. Okay, that's the session. Like, that's all I need. I'm good. That's just too good. Let me just.
Yeah, I was thinking something on that one. That's perfect. What are the chances though? Like, perfect.
I generally need like 15 seconds. I need some cold water in my face after that. I actually do. I'm sorry to be back.
No worries, yeah. Yeah, guys, this is session 0. The beginning of the great druid that is coming to be known as Hippa. This is already a perfect start, Jesus Christ. Goddamn centaurs, I'm telling you.
I'm so. I'm just kind of like trying to get up, just untangle from
the wicker and just him, yeah.
I'm so. Where did you come from?
And he just gives you this blank stare. He's just like, where did I come from?
I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Well, yeah, but you ruined my basket. It took me 2 weeks.
What can I? She kind of like tries to like.
Reattach the thing, like. Yeah, no, it's not. It's like you're trying to even get 2 fitting pieces, but even they look completely wrong when you hold them next to each other.
Yeah, like I'm trying to use what I've seen like on my walks, like other like the people actually doing it do, and like try to like emulate it, but failing horribly.
Yeah, no, it's not at all working. No.
Just changing the subject. Like so yeah, looks to draw like. Well, why were we here again? What
we were picking up, and then we were, I don't know, probably going to play in the forest.
Oh yes! Come, Jifpim. You can worry about the basket later.
He looks at you and Drow, then he looks back at the little basket that's absolutely annihilated, and he just goes, Yeah, I'll fix that later. Let's go! And he gets up and you all kind of just bump into the forest, which is basically all around your little village, as you would call it. Even in the middle of your village, there's trees. It's like an outsider would probably never even find this place unless they would know what to go for.
Or get really unlucky.
Yeah, or get really unlucky. Yeah. But yeah, it's like naturally enveloped by shrubbery, some druid craft that makes it even less likely to be found.
Yeah.
You know, this is an absolute safe haven.
That's so cool.
You make your way out into the forests, and as you make a few steps away, everything seems just like you left it yesterday, basically. You peer around for a moment, and then Jar comes up.
Right, guys, so hide and seek?
Yes. Who's gonna look first?
And both of the setter look at you at the same time.
As I was gonna say, yes.
And
one.
You know, here you actually count in like leaves. So it's like 1 leaf, 2 leaf, 3 leaves.
Yeah. 1 leaf, 2 leaf, and that's like count to 20, but the last 5 are like super fast to like.
Yeah. They hit. You know, with Drow, you actually kind of know he likes to hide in bushes where he can lie down because he's the lazy fellow. But Jifbim, he's a genuine genius. He actually takes spots that are difficult to reach and where you'd never really suspect him in a way. If you
I get you. So were they both satyrs?
They're both satyrs, yes.
So Jifbim could, if he really tried, like climb a tree or something, if he really felt up for it, or like
if he's on top of his game, yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, I'm coming.
You hear no response.
Just gonna try like look to the ground, like if they like really like they have hooves, right?
They have hooves.
So if they like obviously like kicked up dirt and like made little hoof prints.
Survival check.
Just gonna look for that. I am proficient in survival, but with or without that.
Do it with, because you've done this before.
Wow, 13 with a +7. That's
that is still good enough. And you're actually able to look down, and after a moment you realize, oh, there's a pattern. You can see one pair of hoof steps leading one way, which leads kind of north towards a tree and then around it.
She's kind of like she kind of knows, and she's gonna like walk towards the bush, like in that general direction over there, and be like, "Oh no, you're not here," and then walk over like closer, and then ha! Just kind of like jump past the tree.
Nothing's there. Roll perception.
Wait, what? This is. Oh wow! Natural.
Jesus. And as you look around, you don't immediately see something because you expect him to be behind the tree. But then you immediately look at the tree and you see that the tree has a little carving that is open, and in there he just stands looking wide-eyed, hoping you didn't see him.
Gotcha!
Ah, god damn it! You're just too good at this, Hippa.
Yes, I am. But you always hide in these weird places. It's gonna be like, it's getting predictable. Big word, yeah. You do this.
Yep, yeah, I get you, but they are so easy to pick.
But where did who was this? Sorry.
This is Drow.
But where did Jifpim go? He's the mastermind.
He's really good at this game. Yeah.
Did I catch his hoof prints? Like going?
Yeah, they were leading in like a eastern direction.
Yeah, like so I know at least the like vague direction where he went. That's good.
You do.
Well, you're helping me look. Just kind of like.
Okay. And he tries to get out, and you just see that. Hippa, I need some help here. Give me a strength roll.
I love it. 17.
Yeah.
Strong.
And you, the strong centaur, you prop up 2 hoofs against the tree, grab a part of him, and boom, and immediately goes fucking free. You hear that? And he's, thank you. All right, let's go.
She kind of like points out the hoof prints like in the vague like direction to kind of like share her knowledge. Like. Yeah. As I imagine they always do, like they're friends. They help each other out with each other's weaknesses.
All right, that direction then.
Yes.
Okay, let's
just
go.
Keep your eyes out. Open.
All right, I'll do that.
And you can see him go like.
Yeah.
You see him
but just like this, like pretend, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this. I love you, Sherby. This is perfect.
And you make your way, you follow this other pair of footsteps, you on the right side of them, and draw on the left side of them. And you proceed for a moment, and you suddenly see Drow jump around a tree and sort of,
ha! No, he's not here.
I mean, Hippa probably does the same thing where, like, at the tree or a bush or something. Well, maybe not the bush, but a tree or something.
Yeah.
She thinks it might be a place he'd hide. Obviously.
It's strange also, as you hit this tree, it suddenly, you look around again and it suddenly looks like the hoof steps are gone. He just disappeared. Give me another perception check.
She also looks up, because Jeff Pitt is a clever bastard. 23. I mean, this is with
oh my god. Yeah,
I'm
but that's fine. That's fine, yeah. And yeah, you look up, and you see that a part of the with your binoculars, you're able to see that parts of the shrubbery where the leaves start are actually like to the side, so someone climbed inside of there.
What? I have 4 legs,
okay.
That's cheating! She kind of like looks up and just shouts up at the tree.
Yeah. And you just hear from another tree to your left, actually, no, it's not!
How am I supposed to find you when you're up there? It's cheating!
Well, look to your left!
And you look to the left to another tree where he's literally just propped on his side like that, and just looking down at you guys.
Oh,
that's not cheating, you can see me!
Okay, you got me there. I thought you were up here. You good? How are you this good?
Well, I'm a satyr.
And he hops down.
Hey, so am I! It's like, yeah, you just suck at this game, okay? It's like, you're mean.
Don't be rude, but you're better at weaving baskets. And I'm so sorry for your basket. I'm so sorry. Like she kind of like remembers, like randomly, and just, I'm so sorry.
All right, I'll search next.
This is Piff Jim.
Oh no.
1 leaf, 2 leaf, 3 leaf.
I'm a centaur. What am I supposed to do?
That's not my problem. 7 leaf.
I mean, the biggest like bush somewhat far away, and she's kind of trying to be quiet, but she has 4 fucking legs. It's not gonna work probably. And
give me a stealth at disadvantage though.
Oh wow, yes, I expected this. A 7.
Okay. You make your way, and as you make your way, you're quite quick at it, and you just and then you go straight onto a branch.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. You still quickly jump to the side in this large piece of shrubbery that's almost like a large ball, very round. And you hide. And after a moment, you also hear,
hide.
20! I'm coming!
Oh wow, this is not gonna work. But Hippa really believes in herself. This is obviously gonna work.
Yeah. And as you remain there, you actually hear Piff Jim going.
Ha! Got you! It's like, oh, come on! That's really boring! You're just bad at this.
And then you hear like more series of hoofs, but they actually walk away from you. And
am I gonna win hide and seek for once?
Suddenly you actually hear another voice from behind you.
So, what are you up to?
Ah!
Do you scream?
Yes! Like, I did not notice this, whatever. What is this? Who is this?
And as you look around on the branch, literally almost right next to where you are in, you actually see someone you haven't seen before sitting.
Oh, that's so cool. That art is so cool.
Is that...
I didn't mean to scare you.
Then, who are you?
I could ask you the same, Dryad.
I asked you first.
Fair.
My
name's Lyra Elithira.
Spell it in the lower channel, please.
I will.
My name is Hippa Maya, but all my friends just call me Hippa. I haven't seen you before.
Pleasure to meet you, Hippa. Well, I don't usually am around this part of the forest.
Wait, how did you find this place? She kind of catches herself, like she might not know there's a fucking village like 200 meters behind, but like she kind of catches.
I know
herself.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know you Dryads live here, but you know, I've just never been here, and I usually am not around here.
Where are you? What? Why are you here?
You're really, really young, aren't you?
Yes.
How many summers did you have?
Like
You recall it's like 7 summers probably. This
like,
is the 8th.
Yeah, this is my 8th.
You are really young. That's adorable. And she kind of hops down from her branch and actually walks up to you and just smiles at you.
Hippa takes like one step back, like one. Why are you here? I don't know. If
Oh, right. Who did you say your mother was?
I didn't, but she is. Is it with an N or an M? Is it Apollinea?
Yeah. Who's it gonna?
I keep mixing them up.
Wait, there.
But her name Apollinea is my mother.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think your mother might have told you that you're awaiting guests.
Oh, yes. She didn't. Oh, she. Wait.
Well, I mean, I'm part of it, but you know, it's not everyone. I think they're all in your village now.
Wait.
And then you just suddenly behind you. Got you! And then you see both Jifpim and Drow behind you, and they also look at the elf, and it's just like, oh, hello, elf lady. Hi. And it's like, oh, satyrs. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. It's my friend Drow and Jifpim. I just points to each one of them in turn, and really nice to meet you. But she kind of like puts out her hand and kind of like gives a quick shake if she offers it, or whatever that she's been told, or whatever these elves do.
Yeah, you don't know anything about elves. This is the first time you see an elf.
Oh!
Yeah. You've heard of them. People have been telling stuff about this, but you've never actually seen an elf. You know they exist, but you know they're super rare. That's what people have been said. And
And what you've been told is also that their entire civilization has like died. So you actually thought of them as they didn't exist anymore, but they actually do.
And Hippa realizes this, like, kind of goes up to her and just kind of poke, just to check if the elf is real.
And she just kind of grins at that and looks down. It's like, I am real.
That's so cool. Another poke, just to make sure.
All right, that's enough now,
sorry.
little dryad.
I'm just. I have to go home. You know where? Okay, bye.
Yeah, you turn around and you start off.
Yes.
And even Jif, Pim, and Zhao just kind of look at each other and then after you, and then look at Lyra. It's like, bye, bye, and they both run after you.
Oh my god.
And you speed back to the village. Give me another acrobatics check.
Oh no, I shouldn't be.
With advantage, because it's favorite terrain.
Oh,
But that already is good enough. Yeah.
15.
And make your way back over stone, leaf, around trees, some branches, anything in your way, you easily get out of the way. And you proceed and you come back to the small entrance again that you know is there. As you burst inside, you actually see the center of your little village is now filled by all people. There's several dryads, several satyrs, but there's also several elves in the middle. Now, you actually do see that there is a rather, how would you say, dominant elf in the middle who is actually talking to your mother and your father. And this is him.
Oh, that's so cool.
At his side is a small elven girl, which you can't really guess her age, but she's about your age. And she's at his side.
Sorry, go on.
They're talking to your parents.
I mean, I would assume that no matter how much of a butterfly brain Hippa would have, like, she kind of realizes this is probably important, and it's gonna, like, slow down, like, still out of breath though, not gonna wait and catch her breath or anything, but just gonna walk up to her parents, obviously out of breath, and kind of like look at the elf, the big elf man, look even more excitedly at the elf seemingly her age, and kind of like, I have to learn patience, kind of like.
just bob up and down on the spot, just like. And they converse for a.
Oh no! That's a misclick. Sorry, go on.
And they do notice you, and everyone looks at you for a second, but then continues their exchange for another moment until they finish the topic. And the only few words that you were able to pick up is something of a tree of balance and something called Can Hathrosh. You then look up, and your father actually puts his hand on your shoulder, like not the one right next to him, but the one on the other side. So he's actually kind of like, putting his arm around you. If I may introduce our daughter, Hippa. And you see this elf is actually quite tall too. Taller than you, that's for certain. And he lowers himself a little as he inclines his head towards you. Greetings, young dryad. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Like, to what degree have a 7.5 to 8-year-old dryad been taught proper etiquette, or are they still allowed to be kids?
No, they're still kids. You're still kids.
Poke the elf! Nice. Is he real?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be nice, but obviously you're a kid still.
Yes. I mean, etiquette. I mean, proper important people visit. How to behave. No. But
this is the first time something important has happened here.
Is this elf real?
You poke him, and where do you poke him?
If it's reachable, his chest or stomach or something. And it's not
leaning over. He's hunched over, leaning towards you. So his head is the furthermost towards you.
I'm just gonna a hand, like unsure, and just in his cheek.
Oh, your camera's off, by the way. But yeah, on his cheek. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, just like.
You do that, and he kind of perks a brow at that, but he also smirks. Very, very playful young dryad. And she looks up at your father. Well, indeed, she's quite playful. I must excuse myself for her behavior, Tenerin. Oh, that is totally alright. Don't worry. And he looks back at you.
You are real.
Indeed, I am real, little dryad.
Are real. And she kind of looks up to her parents.
They just both nod at you with like a weird smile and grin. It's like they're a bit this like kid ashamed. You can't really say ashamed, but it's like
embarrassed.
When your kids do stuff. Yeah, they're like a little bit embarrassed, just a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, and she kind of like retracts her finger and my name is Hippa. Nice to meet you. She kind of like
indeed
inclines her head, like gives a little bow, like bow, like he did, just. Copycatting.
Yep. Okay. He chuckles a little at that. Well, the pleasure is mine, Hippa, Mayor. I am Tenerin Kergairos. And I'm just gonna put that in now.
Thank you. Just edit the message with the picture.
Go. And this here is my daughter, Alvarel.
Oh.
Also comes. Hold on, just get a copy. There you go. And she kind of just she hasn't said a word yet, but she has been looking at you back ever since you arrived, and she immediately inclines her head like a very proper salute. Salute incline, like someone, like really, really far down.
Oh no!
And you only hear her go, "Greetings."
Nice to meet you. She kind of looks up to her parents. Can we go play? Can we?
Your father's about to say something, but then looks over at Apollonia, and Apollonia just goes like,
Mom!
I'm afraid not, sweetie. We must wait for a moment longer. And this is the moment later where Drow and Jifpim arrive, and they will totally out of breath and just come bursting in, one bumps against you, and they just go, and they see more elves. So many elves! Holy smokes, what is going on here? Oh my god, there's so many of you!
I know! Oh. Like, Hippa just turns and just nods excitedly.
I see there's also more satyrs. Greetings, young ones. And Tenerin also inclines his head at them slightly with a grin. And then Apollonia looks back at you and the satyrs. I'm afraid, dear, and Drow, Jifpim, good morning. We first have to discuss some matters of importance. And we actually want you there as well, Hippa.
She kind of like points to herself, like kind of like, what did you just say? Me? What?
And both parents nod at you.
She kind of like follows, like for once, like she's like dumbfounded, like.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, okay. We'll just fix that wicker basket. And then Drow just kind of grabs Jifpim, who's still kind of staring at all the elves. And it's just being dragged along. It's like, later, Hippa! Later, Hippa!
Oh, bye! So sorry about the basket!
Don't worry! It's like, yeah, you owe me one!
She kind of nods and like she looks back and like follows her parents. Just kind of unusually quiet for being her.
Mm-hmm. You follow inside, and you're followed by both Tenerin and Alvarel. And you come into what is basically your living room, which has a tape. Yeah.
Like on the way in, by the way, like if possible, I don't know how like they walk in, like in what order, whatever. But if like possible, Hippa's gonna like give a little like curious nudge to Alvarel, like and just go, "Hi, nice to meet you."
Yeah, you're able to do that, and then she's just, she's actually kind of startled by that for a moment. She's obviously never seen a dryad before, neither, so she's kind of like in the middle of their village, and she's a little bit intimidated. You'd probably say. She's kind of says, "Oh, hello."
I can't wait to play with you. Like after when this is over, it's gonna be so much fun. Just kind of whispers to
And
her.
she just gives like a little bit of an awkward smile and nods politely.
Okay. I see what kind of girl this is.
As you proceed.
Yeah, sorry. Cool.
Yeah, you proceed. Oh, good. You proceed further inside, and there is a table that's actually fairly low. And around it, you obviously usually don't have pillows, as when you kind of sit down, you kind of just put your hooves down, you actually lie down in a way. It's not so different from when you sit. Your parents immediately seat themselves on one side. However, this time you see there's actually some sort of plant life pillows that have been crafted with Druidcraft. On the opposite side for Tenerin and Alvarel. You're just expected to take either side of the table. You're welcome to choose where.
As
and you all
close
sit
to
down.
Alvarel as possible.
All right, that means if you basically have the table.
Yeah.
This side, your parents. You are on the head side, Alvarel, and then Tenerin.
Cool.
So, what we want to talk about, Hippa, is, and you, Alvarel, of course. We will soon be going out on an adventure. A trip to the home of Tenerin, actually. And
Upon adventure, like Hippa's ears kind of like perk up, like adventure.
And Apollinaire also looks at you and also Alvarel in exchange. And she goes, and this adventure will not just be us. You will be coming along, Hippa. And, well, Alvarel, it is your home. I just thought you should know that we're coming to visit. Alvarel quickly nods. That is too kind.
Does Hippa understand the implications, like important, like how rare dryads are and how honored other races she doesn't even know exist might be to have dryads visit?
No. Yeah, you don't really have an understanding of what's rare or what's not rare.
Nah,
To you, I mean, there's only very few dryads in your village, but to you it's always been that way. It's normal, you know.
Yeah.
Elves, you've been told, are basically dead extinct, so you get an idea that this is very rare, very special. With other races, you don't really know, to be honest.
I don't even barely know about other races.
Yeah, exactly.
Yet.
The only thing you've ever really encountered so far is satyrs, and faun.
Aww.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, your mother tells you this, that you are going out on a trip soon.
Can Drow and Jifpim come as well?
I'm afraid that sort of would put too much strain on the travel. After all, we must remember, the forest around here may be safe, but it didn't always used to be safe. Neither is it always safe, you must remember that.
Kind of just not like bows her head a bit. Yeah, of course.
But you will be excited to know that that trip will already be in a few years.
But that's such a long time.
It is, but we must prepare for that. It's not just an easy way traveling or simply going there, Hippa.
Oh, you're right. Me.
Mm-hmm. And she sees you're pouting for a little. But I have another surprise for you, dear.
Pouting. Instantly gone.
Instantly. Why don't you go
Yes.
leave the village the south entrance.
Yes.
You know which one that is. You
Yeah,
know which one that is. And then you walk about 15 steps and take it right behind this rock that you see.
Oh. Right now?
She nods. And you actually see your dad has a big grin on his face.
Can Alvarel come? She kind of like whispers.
Yeah. Elwell just kind of looks at that and then looks at her dad. Her dad looks at Alvarel, and you hear them both exchange a few words very quickly, very quietly in Elvish.
That I do
which
not
you do
understand yet.
Yeah, exactly. And her father nods and then simply says, "I'm afraid Alvarel is not in the mood today, little Hippa. But in the future, I'm sure she will want to join you." And then he kind of looks down with a little bit more commanding gaze to his daughter, and she just looks over to you and nods a little.
Hippa is like obviously saddened by this because she was really looking for, like, had this great fantasy built up in her mind that it was was gonna be awesome. And then, okay, just kind of like gets up and just
Walk out.
slowly but kind of bouncingly just makes her way out and run like kind of like tries to be calm, but it kind of like goes faster and faster until she's kind of like running. She's gonna be like, oh, Drow and Jipim, just look for them, like in Drow's house. Is it that where I crashed into him?
Jipim.
No, Jipim. And just since they were gonna prepare the basket, like, look for them there.
You immediately go there, and your speed across doesn't even take you a minute until you're there. And you look in, and you actually see none of them. They're not here.
Is their parents here?
No, they're also not home. It's like entirely empty right now, except for their stuff.
She kind of shrugs to herself and just makes for the south
entrance exit.
Gate. What? Not gate. It's probably
south
not a
way.
gate,
The
but
south path. The south path. That's it. Make your way out. You follow your instructions of your mother, and then after the 15th step, roll me intelligence.
I'm somewhat competent at that. 19.
Oh, good enough. Okay. Yeah, you're able to measure that perfectly, actually. And
one leaf, 2 leaf, 3.
Yeah. And just as you make it around that corner, it's like, well, hold there. And
jumps back. Not screaming this time, but like obviously trying to. Who are you?
Easy, child, easy. And as you look at this person who's around the corner, you actually see who it is. You've seen him once before.
I wonder who this was. Oh, I'm so surprised. No.
I am so surprised! As you look around the corner, you just kind of see him there, and suddenly you hear this voice. No! Who's that?
Your teeth are weird.
And you just hear this little like, all right, hold on, I'm coming over, and you just see suddenly this little creature actually jumping up onto Loon's lap, who's just currently seated there, lodged like all calmly, and suddenly you see this one strolling up to his leg. He's literally just about this size too.
Is it Mushroom Groot?
And he's just like, well, hello there, little one.
Do I understand? Like, does this thing speak a language I understand?
Sylvan. Yeah. You speak Sylvan, this speaks Sylvan.
She takes a very long step backwards. Looks.
Whoa, easy there, you need not fear me. I'm but humble Summerlimbs. And this is my friend here, Loon.
This is so good.
yeah, like he said, you don't really need to worry about us.
She kind of like stares, like rudely stares, like kind of like mouth kind of hanging open.
You must be little Hippa Mayor. Your mother has sent you here, has she not?
She kind of just nods, mouth still open, just eyes big as saucers.
Yeah. Well, come closer, dear. You really need not fear us. Well, I'm but, harmless summer limbs. Everybody loves me.
I walk closer, just take that same step back, and then another step. Kind of walk.
And suddenly him go. Yeah.
Like curiosity quickly overtakes me, and I just poke the forest monster.
Which one?
I start with Loon, or
Oh, you can up. All right, careful there.
oh, sorry. You're real, dude.
And as you actually touch the first creature, you kind of have this like puffer, where it's like the mushroom covered thing just kind of like dents inwards a little bit, but immediately puffers out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It springs back out or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Careful. They're a little vulnerable.
I'm so sorry. I can be really careful. And she kind of like pokes Summerlips a bit too hard, so he feels it just right after saying she can be careful.
Careful! I am so tiny. I am a mushroom.
But mushrooms can't really talk.
Well, let me educate you here, young lady. And you actually kind of see him, his walking stick. He just kind of
Wait, he has a walking stick!
Yeah, he has a walking stick. Look at it.
I didn't catch that. Oh, I didn't.
Little walking stick.
I didn't catch the walking stick. That's a mushroom with a walking stick.
And he kind of waves it around up at you. And he just goes like, right, listen here, little dryad. We are mushrooms. I am Summerlimbs. I am renowned for my speciality of entertaining people.
What do you do?
Well, I've been around longer than both of your parents together and probably the Eternal Augur. I remember nothing that is of actual importance, but... Hello, boys! And you just kind of hear a sudden chuckle come from both sides of the trees and bushes as you're suddenly attacked by two Satyr boys, one from each side. It's like, gotcha! And
Wait,
like,
what?
Gotcha! And both Jeff Pym and Drow come out and kind of just guide the sides.
At this point, she screams like in surprise.
Yeah, and everybody laughs. Loon grins and just sort of. Well, I would dare call that a rather successful surprise.
She kind of looks to Zhao and Jeff Pym.
They both grin at you.
What's going on? Do you know this mushroom?
Well, yeah, we've seen Loon here a couple of times, and Summerlimbs has been around a few times.
And
he has been.
And you never told me? You never told me.
They both look at each other, then at you, and just kind of shrug.
But why didn't you tell me?
They told strictly nothing on order, young Dryad. Oh. This was supposed to be a year-long preparations or surprise. And I dare call this quite successful. And he keeps waving his walking stick around to. Like,
how tall is this mushroom? Is it like?
He's literally just that. Yeah.
Oh wow! So you could literally step on him and he died.
Yes.
Like that kind of size.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's. Where do you go from here?
That actually just kind of looks up. Has any one of you boys actually seen Moral lately? Moral! And both of the sages kind of look for a moment and say, no, sir. No, I am neither.
Hippa just repeats her question. Who?
Oh, nothing, my girl. Just another one like me, you see? Trust me, if you were to come across the lad, you would be certain who he is.
I haven't seen him then.
Now, well, do me a favor then, the three of you. I believe he was last time further south. If you would be so kind as to scout that away and tell me if you meet him or see him anywhere.
Like, Hippa at this point kind of like kneels down or whatever horses do. Kind of puts her finger out and kind of like as a finger shake.
Oh. Well, hello there, young lady.
I'm sorry for the poke.
Worry not. You did not break anything. At least I hope you did not. But he takes your little finger and then kind of shakes it. What firm hands you have!
This is my finger.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that. Well, never mind then. On you go. Your mission is of utmost importance.
A mission? She kind of quickly gets up and looks to Drow and Jeff. We got a mission.
They look back at you. We got a mission. We got a mission.
Let's go.
And they all put their hands in like a middle, like a top of that, like the three musketeers. Yeah. All right. On 3. 1 leave. 3 leave. Fuck. 2 leave. 3 leave.
Why does he actually say fuck? Does he know that word?
Well, yeah, sorta. A curse, at least.
Don't you know, that's not how it goes.
Oh, how does it go? Tell us.
I walked right into that fucking self-made trap, didn't I? Shit.
They put their hands together again.
I'm sorry, I just need a moment. I can't really Google a cool name either because I'm recording and everyone will be like, what a fucking idiot.
Oh, what an idiot.
No imagination. Fuck.
You,
Hippa puts her hands in as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like 1 leaf, 2 leaf, 3 leaf, and just do like the Dryad Crusaders.
And they both don't raise their hands, they just look at you like, no, we need another one, Hippa.
What?
Yeah, that's not, let's try that again.
Well, you come up with something then.
Okay, how about the 3 baritons? You know, actually, a bariton is rumored to be an enormously large animal. You've never met one, but you know they're supposed to be extremely large animals.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's really good.
All right, on 3 then.
Yes.
1 leaf, 2 leaf, 3 leaves. The great baritons. And everybody just hears for a moment, and you just see in the background someone who's going like, well, that is the name of my team then. Tally-ho, lads!
And south we go. She's not gonna just take off this time, but just like cantering, like brisk pace. But
they
not
all
gonna
follow
outrun
and,
her friends.
Yeah. You make your way ahead, and everybody's excited. You see everyone's on mission. Everybody's like looking around.
Hello!
Give me a Hello! Hello! Everybody's just silent for a moment, but you can't really hear anything. And after you continued for about 5 to 10 minutes, kind of get the impression you're soon reaching the area you're not supposed to be in and actually turn around. But give me a perception check.
13.
Nice. Okay. As you progress further, you come towards a little opening, where you actually stop at the opening because you saw something move, and you actually see a deer there. And as you look inside and peek around the tree, you actually see something else moving there.
Do I see the dare? Do I see the giant mushroom thing?
Yeah, you see both.
I see.
This is exactly the picture you see.
She kind of like crouches down like behind the bush or a tree or something. Just kind of looks like to the side of it or over it. Oh.
Is that Moral? I mean, I guess he looks like a giant mushroom.
And then he looks at you.
I mean, you never even told me about the mushrooms until, like, you didn't.
I mean, we didn't know there's others. We just knew summer limbs. Yeah.
I'm not angry. I'm just very disappointed.
Oh.
No. But I mean, it has to be him, right?
All right. I'm gonna try this. If something happens, we run.
And you just see Drow kind of jump out, and it's kind of like, hello! The deer immediately hightails into the forest, and you just see this massive thing kind of slowly turn a little bit after the deer, and then turn back towards Drow, and they just kind of like, hello?
Wait.
Zoom, like, it's almost like the mushroom zooms in a little bit as he comes closer. It's like, hello.
Are you Moral?
Yes.
At this point,
Who are you?
Hippa's gonna just get up and jump, like, well, not literally jump out, but like just kind of like.
But also, yeah. Oh, yeah. Jiff Pim follows as well, and he hops out beside you.
This is Drow. She's kind of like very nervous, like kind of like swallows deeply between every name. This is my friend Jiff Pim, and I'm Hippa. Nice to meet you. Kind of looks up.
Oh, young Dryad, young satyrs. Nice meet you. And he extends his massive hand forward. Actually, he like,
oh, nice. Okay, then, I thought he was gonna eat us, but
no,
is that as a nice meat on you is what I thought he said. No.
Oh no, nice meet you. And he just puts his, just like you did with Summer Limbs earlier, he just kind of puts his finger to you, and you kind of see Drow like grab the finger because it's so massive. He grabs the finger with both hands, and then he puts the finger to you. Does the same. It's like, oh, you smell like Summer Limbs.
Oh, yes. He's like, she kind of points in the like general direction where they came from, like behind her. Summer Limbs, we're on a mission to find you for Summer Limbs.
Oh, mission.
Yes.
Important.
Yes.
Yes.
Kind of nods with her whole body, like yes.
Well, Moral will follow you.
Oh yes, we will. She looks to Drow and to Jiff Pim. We will protect him and bring him back to Summer Limbs safely.
Yeah.
And
Moral just looks at you with those. You can't really see his eyes, but you see some sort of light emitting from below his, like, you know.
Yeah.
Fat features. Moral will follow.
Yeah,
and with that, you actually see him just kind of lower down into the ground, almost. You like, almost shake a little until there's only a rock left from where he was before, and he's like entirely burrowed.
Hippa's gonna like curiously walk up like to where he was and like burrow down and kind of like put the hoof on and just kind of walk at it with the hoof.
You do like solid ground. Even the stone is solid. It's like, huh? Wait,
even this. Oh, right. Out of character, I know what just happened. That's cool. Looks to Drow and Jiff Pim. He said he'd follow, so she kind of just starts walking back with them.
Yeah.
You make your way back. On your way back, though, you're really at the far reaches of where you are allowed to go. Like, you should never really go any further. It also kind of seems like the forest almost gets a little gloomy the further away you go, right?
Yeah.
However, as you peer to one of your sides, you actually for a brief moment see something else looking back at you.
But wait,
Roll me
there's
perception.
more. Oh,
But wait, there's more.
wait, I'm gonna use my real life die now just to see how it performs.
Do it.
11 plus 7, 18.
Yes, good. And you turn and you see as you just make your way further around the corner, and the both the satyrs actually, it's kind of like that comedy scene, where they all poke their heads around the tree.
Oh yeah.
And as you peer on, you actually see this magical creature ahead of you.
Oh.
You've never seen that one before, until suddenly Jargo's like, "Oh, you know what that is?
No, it's pretty.
I think that's called Faripion or Faripion. I'm not sure."
Have I ever been told, heard anything about this?
Maybe you've heard a story once of a beautiful Faripion, but never really anything to detail. There's no really books either, so
Yeah. Cool.
not quite.
What I mean, I've never. What?
Faripion, they're super rare. I didn't think they existed anymore.
Hippa immediately gets distracted by this creature.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just.
You all do, kind of, though. And you all look at it.
Hippa is just gonna forget about the mission for a bit, obviously, because a new butterfly flew past,
Yep.
and take a couple of careful steps towards it, just to see if
The moment you step out, it actually kind of really spots you, and then kind of takes a head-on approach, looks straight at you. Doesn't seem to budge yet, though.
Hello? She kind of starts talking to it. Hello?
Its
I don't know
head
if
kind of tilts, looks at you.
I like speech of the woods. Eventually, at some point, she needs to
not yet.
understand. Okay,
Yeah.
just, but she's still gonna take another step. You're pretty. Just simply.
As you take another step, it immediately turns tail. It takes a few steps back, and then looks at you, still standing sideways to you. Takes at you one last look, and then turns around and literally just passes one tree, and you'd expect it to come out on the other side.
Oh, that's
It's
so
gone.
cool. She's gonna walk up to the tree and just look behind it. Maybe it did a GIF him and hid.
Yeah. Both of the satyr boys follow you, and they're like, "Wow!" And they just look. It's gone. Even the hoof tracks suddenly just end. They're literally dispersed. Nothing there. Almost like an illusion, it feels like.
Or a spirit. Oh, that's so cool. That was both in and out of character.
Yeah. Yeah. The mission. The
mission.
We have to continue.
She kind of looks to the ground, around. Just points towards home and just starts walking with that leads on again.
Same direction. Yeah. You make your way back again. You find it quite easily. You've been around these parts more often. And you quickly come up on Loon and Summerlimbs again. Well, hello there. That was pretty fast.
She looks to Jeff. What was our name?
The Great Baritons.
Bariton?
Or the Three Baritons. Yeah.
The Three Baritons has returned successful.
What a jolly good job, lads. But I don't see Moral. That's the problem. And at that, you suddenly hear in a little spot where it's just enough space, kind of shakes a little, and suddenly Moral comes out of the ground. Well, hello there, old boy. Summerlimbs. Oh, Loon. And he just slowly nods at that. That's what I call a mission successful.
Yeah!
Yeah! All three of you just kind of
Everyone
celebrate.
just jumps in the air and it freeze frames, and as they all
Yeah,
like fist pump
freeze
the
frame.
air. Yeah.
And that is where the childhood part ends.
Oh, that's so good.
Ah. Alright, so far, how do you like it?
I love it. That's so wholesome. Let me
Alright.
just update the trauma power rankings real quick.
Yep. I love how Doubles is listening in. How do you like it so far?
I updated the power rankings. Okay, the edit didn't go in.
Yeah, I was about to say.
My Discord is fucked. Be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me stop the recording first.